Okay.
Are y'all burnt out by Cody Brock? I'm not, but I understand why some are. His promos are great, but repetitive. Plus, people want Cody Roman already, but WrestleMania 40 seems like that's what's being planned. Yeah, here's the thing with that. People need to be patient. Okay, wrestling is one of the few things in life right now that you can't, binge watch on Netflix. You just can't. You have to wait till next week. And even the reports online, it's like, oh, well, what's going on. You really don't. You just, it's them putting out an ad on Twitter or social media saying, here's what's happening this week, stuff like that. So the letting them like wait for WrestleMania for it because tying it back, I love this Cody Brock thing. Cody is on a different level right now than anyone, and I'm including Roman Reigns. Yeah, I'm including Roman Reigns because what Cody's doing is he's bringing that old school wrestler
Mm-hmm.
back into this era and just evolving it and changing it for the times. It's still the elaborate entrance with the fireworks, and all he's going to do is just cut a 15-20 minute little segment in the ring. But that's what wrestling is. That's the core of wrestling, and it always will be. You need a guy like that who can do that weekly and build up these feuds and fights with guys like Brock Lesnar. So right now I'm not burnt out at all because of how they're doing it. It's not the same shit every week, even if he is talking into a camera. Because if you watch back, even not only in attitude era, but the ruthless aggression, the 2000, they all did the same thing. It
Mm-hmm.
just was a different time because social media was not a thing. So he's the last of that old school style that can keep it going. He's just him, and that's the wrestler. And I'm not at all. I love it actually.
Yeah, I'm not bored of it at all because I mean, I've never been a huge Brock Lesnar fan, but I'm entertained by what he's doing right now.
So
Like
good.
because it's it's not new to Brock because obviously if you've been watching Brock for the last 20 years during his 10 years in WWE, this is very old school Brock too. Like he talked, he wrestled, he did more than just two moves in the ring. And it's been a quite a while since we've seen that side of him because they were having him be this dominant fixture in the match and he wasn't doing a whole lot because he was just dominating people and just like annihilating them every single
Crushing
night.
them
So
every time.
yeah, and so this is nice that we're seeing that other side that we know that he's capable of doing, and Cody is elevating him too. Like people hate Brock right now, and it's like that's the beauty of being against Cody too. Is like Cody isn't the only one getting over more. His opponent is as well. But I also think that we need to stop focusing so much on WrestleMania 40 because that's a long time away. We have no
Yeah,
idea what is going to happen between now and then.
no idea.
And I think we also need to give up on the idea of Cody versus Roman. That might not be what it is. Cody might not win the championship with Roman as much as we want that because of what happened at WrestleMania. And it would feel like the sweetest revenge if he was able to beat Roman. There's so much that's going to be happening for Cody between now and then. There's so much going to go on between the bloodline. Like, don't be shocked if a bloodline member is the one who defeats Roman for the titles. We could see that, and that could be
Saying
well
it
before Mania 40.
for months.
Huh?
Saying it for months. I told Carabas, and he didn't believe me.
What?
I told Carabas that Jey Uso is going to be the one to
Oh,
dethrone
I know, and
Roman
I
Reigns.
told you it was Solo, so we'll see. But
We're still in the same, but he said Cody.
I said Cody.
No, Carabas said Cody.
Oh, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I understand why people want it, but like the thing is like once we saw how WrestleMania went down and Cody losing, you knew exactly from that moment. I mean, maybe not from that moment, maybe the next day, 24 hours later, 48 hours later, once you were kind of like a little bit over the heartbreak of him losing, you understood what they were doing, and it's more obvious now what they're doing. He can't just like go to the final chapter of this book where he's saying like I'm trying to finish the story. You can't jump to the end and forget everything that comes before that. And so we have to enjoy the ride. Otherwise, it's not going to be as satisfying when he finally does get to the championship. Like no one's going to care at that point.